Hi, I'm Nick from Canaweld, coming at you today from our office in Vaughan, Ontario. Today I got another unboxing video for you guys. We're going to be taking a look at our TIG DC 202 Pulse D. So this is an upgraded version of an older model that we used to have. We're going to talk about some of the different features, and then we're going to go over the basics with it again. So the point of the unboxing video is for you guys to actually see what you get if you were to order this from us. So we're going to take out everything one at a time. We're going to talk about it for a minute. We're going to take a look at the machine, and then that's going to be it. So let's get started. Okay, now I know you guys have heard me say this in every other unboxing video, but the most important thing you want to do is get your manual out. When you first open up this machine, and if you skip everything in the manual, please do not skip on page 3 and 4 all your safety tips. You want to go through this and just double check and make sure you're not going to do anything to damage yourself, your property, anyone else, or your welding machine, okay? So it's always important. Make sure you don't skip that. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the torches that are included with this pack. So this is a TIG welding machine, and it also doubles as a stick welding machine, and it's 200 amps. So, included with this is going to be your standard ground clip with the Euro style connection. These have a 12-foot lead on them, so you got a fair amount of space. Also, like I mentioned, it doubles as a stick welder. So here is your paddle style electrode holder. And again, this has a 12-foot lead on it. And my favorite part is these beautiful TIG torches. So, these are really nice. I'm not going to unwrap this. I'd like to keep it together, but we can take a look at, these are the flex head style ones. These are really awesome for when you have to get into like a tight corner or a tight space, you know, something where it may be a little bit awkward, something where maybe just changing your back cap here to a short one isn't going to give you the angle that you need to do the work. It's really nice to have that flex head, and these are really tough. You can flex it over and over and over and over and over again, and it's not going to crack or tear. Also, on the bottom of these, we have a ball joint, which is nice for, I don't know about you, but I like to put my TIG torch up over my shoulder so the weight is off the back of it, and then have it bent like this while I weld. Without that ball joint on the bottom, sometimes you can pinch the lines on the inside, and that can mess up your gas flow and cause other problems. So I like these torches quite a bit. Also, these are the thumb style controls, so this machine is compatible with a foot pedal, but this one, you can just use the thumb button right here. And I've taken a look at some of these on the market. Some of them are a real pain to change if the button should break on you ever. These ones, if your button should break or wear out or get dusty, you pop off the little cover, you slide this out, you get a new one, and you just slide it back in. Really easy swap. You're looking at less than a minute to get your torch up and running again, should you ever wear it out. A little stiff. There we go. So that's our TIG torch. We also like to include 2 cups, 2 collet bodies, 2 collets, and 2 different sizes of end caps inside these. These are just your basics to help you get started, but it's nice to have some extra with you. So let's go ahead and put this back and move into what else we have. So also included in this package is your gas regulator. These are the nice Victor style gas regulators that we carry standard here at Canaweld. You can see these are the heavy duty brass design ones. So this one's a medium sized gas regulator. We do have these in large, and we do have them in smaller as well. So this one is for argon and CO2, and when you're ready to use it, this is how you make your adjustments and turn up the gas pressure or turn it down. You hook it up. Yeah, these are really nice. When you're using these, don't forget that you don't have to use vice grips on them or anything like that. You want to use the specific size wrench that fits it. Using something like vice grips or a wrench that doesn't fit right is going to round out these softer brass corners. These are made of brass so that they never spark when you put a tool on them, because maybe the gas that you're using is something that's flammable, right? So with these brass ones, remember, you need to get things tight, but you don't need to reef it right down. You don't need to be pulling as hard as you can. Just good and snug is good. You want to protect this and keep it looking nice and keep it nice and flat. put this back and move along. Also included in the pack are these Canaweld tool bags. Now this one's wrapped up, so I'm going to grab another one just so I don't have to open it and show you guys how they look. So these are our Canaweld tool bags. You can see they're pretty heavy duty. It's got a big Velcro patch here for all your extra bits and pieces. And typically your machine and your torches, you can put it all in here and then you can throw it in the back of your van, in the back of your pickup truck, or wherever. The part I like about these the most is these hard rubber skids on the bottom. So if you do happen to be like me sometimes, you're not always the most gentle with your tools, and you forget, you've got these skids on the bottom so you don't totally jar the machine when you throw it into the back of your pickup truck. All of our machines include these bags, and they're pretty handy. So now, let's get to the best part. Take a look at this machine. Okay, so this is the brand new TIG DC 202 Pulse D. So this is a DC TIG welder / stick welder. It's 200 amps. It's got the pulse feature on it, so when you're welding stainless steel, mild steel that's very thin, you can put it into pulse mode and you can keep the material that you're working on from distorting. Basically, when you're in pulse mode, you don't get as much heat build up into the workpiece. And so it tends not to warp your material nearly as much. It's a nice little feature to have, and it makes your TIG welds look really, really sharp, especially if you're still starting out, maybe you're learning and you haven't got the rhythm yet. Using the pulse makes your stuff look really nice. You'll notice the D designation after pulse. That means that this is a dual voltage machine. So you can run it off a 220 power source, or you can run it off a standard 110 power source using an adapter that we have. So those are just the basics on this machine. There's a few other special parts I'd like to show you. So first, the camera may not pick it up, but here we have the anodized yellow paint job. These are nice and scratch resistant to help keep your machine looking beautiful for a little bit longer. They clean up easily too. You can wipe them down with anything if it happens to get greasy or dirty. Something else that we do is we use these galvanized plates on the bottom instead of a mild steel plate. We do this because we know a lot of people are hooking up these machines to generators. Maybe you're using it outside to work on some fences or something like that. Sometimes the machines get a little damp, or it gets damp in your garage or wherever. It's nice to have this so that you know it's not going to rust out on you in a year or two. We also put these heavy-duty rubber bumper all around the front. And if you may not be able to catch it here, but if you look straight down, nothing on this front face extends past the bumper. So that way, you know, if you accidentally bang it into the wall or whatever, all you're going to do is scuff up the rubber. You're not going to smash your buttons on the front. One of the new features on this machine, because I mentioned that this is an update on the old one, is we now have these angled ports. They used to stick straight out, so now they're angled, and it just takes a little bit less pressure off your cables and off the joint itself, and I think it just looks a little bit sharper. So if you have any further questions about these machines, or maybe you'd like to come down to our office in Vaughan and test one out, give us a call. The number's included at the end. You can book an appointment to come down here, and we'll basically be right here at this table, and we can do some welding together, and you can see what you think about the new model. Maybe you can even leave us a comment on Google or whatever. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. In the meantime, don't forget to go and hit that subscribe button down below and give us a like. Leave us any suggestions for new content or anything like that. We always love to hear from you guys. And don't forget that you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And until I see you guys next week, stay safe out there and keep having a lot of fun.